I'm here with Jason Babin, Pro Bowl defensive end for the Philadelphia Eagles, and number 93, and heading up there on the sack list, hopefully again this year. Jason, welcome. Thanks for talking to us today.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
So the Eagles are off to a 2-0 start. What's the mood in the locker room like?
You know what? Even though we won, we're taking this week, honestly, the week because the victory started on Wednesday and carry through the week of practice.
All right, so treating it just like any other week, I guess, where you know maybe going for a tough opponent. I heard Andy Reid this morning. Don't want to underestimate the abilities of Arizona and Kevin Cobb.
Yeah, you know what? You never get too high and you never get too low.
Exactly. All right.
But we are excited to face Kevin Cobb this week.
So you're off to a pretty good start this year. You've got 5 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble in 2 games already. Are you feeling another Pro Bowl season coming on?
You know what? I go every week, give it everything I got, and at the end of the season, that's enough to get invited to Hawaii. I'll be very happy, but I'll just go out there and give it everything.
Very cool. So last year, at this time last year, the fans, the big question was about the defense. The new players came in, the new defensive coordinator. This year, the questions really, I mean, everybody's saying how great the defense is, and the questions are on the offense and the turnovers, and so. Do you see that balancing out? I mean, where maybe the offense picks it up, and I guess if they could cut the turnovers, boy, they're looking pretty good. Other than that, what do you think?
I'll tell you what. If we didn't have those turnovers, it would have been just a feeding frenzy, all around, and I think everyone knows that. Offense, defense, media, everyone watched the game. But the bottom line is team sport. And some games, everyone has to depend on each different unit to step up to win the game. That's the goal.
Yeah, it looks like if they could just cut the turnovers, that we're just a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, I think clean up the mistakes we made, and sky's limits for us.
Okay. So Jason, you were fined a little bit over $15,000 for a hit in the first game. The hit looked pretty legit to me, but what's your reaction to that? Last year you got fined for a hit that looked okay as well, and so it looks like maybe they're taking it a little bit a little bit overboard. Uh,
Well, it's a two-part answer. One, we had the appeal hearing yesterday, and we basically told the one person that kind of decides whether it's going to stick or it's going to roll back or reduce, whatever he decides. This one person said, "Listen, according to the rules, the NFL rules, it was a legal hit according to the statute that uh, it." The ref didn't throw a flag. Okay, so there's two major components. It was inside the rules, of taking 2 steps before hit the quarterback for release the ball, and the ref didn't throw a flag, which is judgment call. And two, it's not like the guys that had the bounty case. They had like a three-person panel judge, unbiased or untied into either way to review the case. So the appeal process is something I think that for the fines is always a tricky slope. It's just one guy, always hearing the same fines.
so hopefully they reduce or get rid of that for you. You're right. They didn't throw a flag, and if they didn't throw a flag, it's hard to justify later on, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if you apply the rules to the situation according to the NFL, then it's not a fine. So it's kind of one of those things like, well, then how can you not throw the fine out? And that's basically how we had the conversation. Like, well, here's the rules. This is what happened. You can't argue it. It looking like there's a gray area. Like, well, it kind of looks like this. No, this is what happened, and these are the rules. So if how you get the fine, you got to ask yourself, and that's a whole another mess of questions.
Exactly. So speaking of flags and things like that, there's a lot of fan dissatisfaction, if you will, with the replacement refs. How's that feel from a player's perspective? I know they're trying the best that they can, but this whole situation, if you would comment on that.
Well, here's what I said last week, and I think the media and the locker room took it the wrong turn with what I said. What I was trying to say was that it's not the referee's fault. Okay, the professional refs that we have had the past years, they go to seminars, they watch tape, they get coached, they help each other. It's competition. Obviously, the best refs go to the playoffs, and they keep going all the way to the Super Bowl. And they've been doing this for years. They have other jobs. They're pillars in the community. Well, all of a sudden, we need a whole entire crew of the NFL of new guys trying to find people, trying to educate them. It's just not enough time for all of the moving parts to happen for them to actually be anywhere near the level of the other refs, the professional refs. So really, at the end of the day, it falls on the NFL, because it's their job and as players to protect the shield. What is the NFL, that high standard that we've always had, with the NFL. So, I think the pressure needs to be put on the owners and not the replacement refs.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think they're doing as well as they can do, but you're right. They're just they're not ready for this level, and they're not trained for this level, and
I mean, is it fair for some guy that does six-man football in Texas or does a college or high school or MIAA Division E, college to also be thrown in the big leagues? Like the guy that said he had Shady on his fantasy draft last Sunday. It's just not fair to them, and it's not fair to us. It's not fair to the fans, and it's the integrity of the game that is getting the damage.
exactly, exactly. So one last question for you, Jason. This week you have Arizona and Kevin Cobb. Familiar face from Philadelphia, and you're going down there in some. It sounds like going to be some heat down there. So, any predictions for this week? Any insight into the game? Anything you could tell the fans?
You know what? They have the option. They're the they have I guess the tactical advantage of making a decision whether to go for closed. So we'll kind of have that issue to work through because hydration and heat. But if it's closed, it won't be as hot, but it'll be probably very loud. And anytime you travel into time zone change, also time zone change. It's not going early on a Friday. So let our body, the natural clocks adjust to that. So, I think we're taking the right steps and doing the right things as a team, as an organization, and having a great week of practice. And we do what we need to do, and it should be in our favor.
Great, great. Well, best of luck to you, Jason. We have a poll on the website right now, and I think fans are picking that you'll have 2 sacks this week.
I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, exactly. So do we. And otherwise, hey, good luck and thanks for joining us. And we'll talk to you again, hopefully soon, and get your perspective maybe next week. So thanks,
All right,
Jason.
thank you.